Okay, so good morning.
Good
Welcome to
morning.
you, Kyoto.
Thank you so
How
much.
how are you, first of all? I've been talking to you over mail for so long. It feels so good to finally be able to see you and speak to you in person.
Yeah, I know, right? It gives a face to the voice that we are talking to, right?
Yes, it does. How have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just happy to finally talk to you, and congratulations. It's been 2 years since your book has been published.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm
How
really excited. I mean, I it's been 2 years and I can't even believe 2 years have gone by so fast.
So how does it feel? Let's start off with that question itself. How do you feel like your writing has evolved? I mean, obviously you've been writing since then. So looking back on this particular work, The Untold Stories, how do you feel you've evolved as a writer?
I feel that I have explored a lot after the Untold Stories because the Untold Stories is a collection of micro tales, and after that I have gone on to publish short stories, and this year I published a novel. So I think a lot of exploring has happened in terms of a writer of writing, and I have ventured into longer forms of creative writing after the Untold Stories. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me,
Okay,
Rikiana?
yeah, it got cut off for a while.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah, so you were
no,
saying
no problem.
that last
Yeah,
part, I didn't get that last part.
yeah. So I think the major change in my writing that I see is that I have become a bit more bold, and I have ventured into longer forms of creative writing after the Untold Stories, because that was micro tales, and now I have written a full length novel after that.
Wow.
And yeah, so yes, definitely growth as a writer, and also more of boldness, I would say.
Okay. And how long have you been writing?
So poetry is something I have been writing since I was a teenager, but
Okay.
fiction writing, other forms of fiction writing like short stories and microfiction, I think I have been writing from 2017. Yeah, it's been 4 to 5 years.
Okay. And this particular book, what inspired you to just sit down and get started and write this book?
So the idea of Untold Stories was to tap into the market, which is deviating away from reading.
Hmm.
And I had observed this notion amongst readers, especially young adult readers, that they are not engaging in long form of writing. And that was basically the whole idea behind the Untold Stories, conveying a message in a way that it catches the attention of readers as well as non-readers.
Okay. So, coming back to this topic of, you said you've become bolder with your writing, but I think you've been pretty bold even in this book, because from the blurb I saw that you're talking about environmental issues and terrorism and social issues as well. So as a writer, did you feel the need to be very cautious when you were writing these things, or did you just let your mind go free and let the writing be as raw as possible?
It was a mix of both the things, actually, Rikiana, if I am to be honest.
Yeah.
I was being bold because I wanted to convey a message, because those messages are something I feel they are the need of the hour.
Yeah.
Because terrorism is something that affects us all. Environmental issue is definitely something that affects 100% of us. Even though we might not be affected with terrorism, we might not have lost a loved one because of it, or we might not have been directly affected by it, but I think environmental issue is something, if we are not taking care of it right now, sooner or later we are all going to be affected by it. And
Definitely.
that was something that I wanted to send out. Having said that, yes, I was cautious of not, naming or blaming somebody or a body or an organization. I was cautious about that
Yes.
because you don't want to get into trouble there.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
Of course.
so that was there. But having said that, yes, it was a conscious choice to write those micro tales.
Okay, that's and a brave choice at that. So, so which was your favorite story from the book?
There's I think more than 50% of them have been inspired by my personal life anecdotes. And there's this particular microtale which talks about two friends who are talking, and one of the friends asks other friend that why aren't you having children? And while she's asking that particular question, she's very subconsciously or without paying attention to her actions, while she's asking that question, she throws out a plastic water bottle out of the window while they are traveling in a car. And the other friend replies that it's because of actions like these that I have to think about the future. And
Oh, wow.
uh, yeah.
So
That's
that's two
my
birds with one stone, like a social issue
yes,
as well as an environmental issue.
yes.
That's good. Like, are you, and what about, like you said, of course, you're writing still. So are you working on anything at the moment?
So I'm currently working on two non-fiction books. One of them is about women who are into multiple professions. Uh, uh, besides their full-time jobs, they are also doing a side hustle, and I want to focus on these women because it's very inspiring for me because I'm not able to manage just one profession, and it fascinates me how women are able to manage multiple professions over and above their family duties. So that's one book that I'm working on, and there's another one that I want to have a funny take on the everyday incidents where we become happy with the small things, and they just go out of our attention, and we never give them the due that they the give them the due that the amount of happiness they provide us. And I'm doing a spin-off of the first novel that I wrote.
Okay. The Untold Stories? Oh
No,
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 sorry, the
the first
novel.
novel. So I've
Okay.
written a novel called Love Triangle this year, and I'm doing a spin-off on that.
Okay. So I've noticed, like, as you're talking, you speak a lot about women, you write a lot about women and, the modern working woman. So, like, have you always been this conscious with writing about this, or is that something that came very naturally in your writing?
I think it came with experience because uh, I have been here and there in my professions. I have done a couple of full-time jobs after realizing that I want to be a full-time writer. And I think it has come out of experience, my own experiences, and also the experience of interacting with different kind of women. And that's what gave me the inspiration for doing that. And even in my other writings, not just about the upcoming book that I'm working on, even in my previous writings, I have written about women, I have written about feminism, I have written about equal rights and all those things. I have been trying to be a crusader of feminism as much as I can.
So, was I audible?
Yes. So
Okay.
did you ask another question?
Like,
I think I
no,
lost
no,
you
no, no. I
somewhere.
was saying, yeah, like, I feel like even though we've come very far as like women, I think we still need crusaders and people to speak up about it.
Yes, we are way far behind. Things are changing,
Yeah,
but not as much as we would like them to.
true, true. So, can you tell us anything about these new projects of yours, like without giving too much away?
One project that talked about is about the women who are into multiple professions. So
Okay.
I will be featuring about 50 of these women whom I have interacted with and interviewed them. And I want to understand how they manage it and what are the kinds of struggles and challenges that they have faced and what is their inspiration behind, uh, doing these many things. So that's one book that I'm really excited about. The other one is another non-fiction book, and it's the first time that I'm doing a full-fledged humor in the non-fiction arena. And I'm really excited about that one also because I'm, as with the Untold Stories, I'm trying to combine my anecdotes and my thoughts with a visual representation. So it's going to be very quirky, and I'm just really excited because I can't explain to you without giving away too much.
That's not a problem. I'm sure we'll have one of these interviews very soon for that book as well.
Yes. And the third one is a spin-off on my debut novel. And I'm excited about that because the two characters who are going to be lead in this were the side characters in the previous book. And
Yeah.
uh, incidentally, the female lead, she was very popular in even in the debut novel, and people were asking about her, and why aren't you writing about her, because she's such a fun character and we relate to her so much. So I think the readers are going to be very happy because she was such a loved character, and even as a side character she was so loved.
So the trick is to make these characters as lovable as possible.
Yes, I lost you in between a little.
Oh, sorry, sorry. I was asking, what is the trick to make these characters as lovable and relatable as possible?
I think the trick is to observe the quirks of the people around you and make them a part of the character that you are writing.
Okay. So, Manali, final question to you. Do you have any advice for aspiring writers?
I do. I think for me, from my own experience, what I can say is that consistency is what matters the most. You need to keep writing and you need to keep reading alongside writing as well in order to improve and grow as a writer. For me, what worked was consistency, and that's what I can rely on, and that's what I can, vouch upon. If you give up on it, it's not going to work. So you need to write regularly, at least 5 days a week, and you can't expect results right away. You need to be consistent and give it 2 to 3 years to show you results. So yeah, don't give up on it. It's not going to give you fruitful results right from day one. But if you continue doing it, it will give you results.
Okay, that's great advice. So, before we sign off, is there something you want to tell our audience about the giveaway?
Yes, so uh, let me just show the book
Yeah.
that we are talking about first. So this is the book that we were speaking about, The Untold Stories. It was my first paperback book, and we celebrated the second anniversary on 27th October. And on this occasion, we are doing a giveaway of the book, and you can participate in the giveaway. The link is on my bio, on my Instagram bio. Uh, and I'm called A Rustic Mind, and you will easily find the link there. You can also find the link on Ukyoto website. As simple as that, go to ukyoto.com and you will see the link there. And the book has been loved by readers from across the globe, and it has made me happy, and it has made many readers happy. So do take this opportunity to get this book for free.
Thank you so much, Manali, for taking time out and being here with us.
Yeah,
And to everyone watching, don't worry, we'll have Manali's Instagram and the registration link down below, wherever you're watching this, on Facebook or YouTube, Instagram, anywhere. The registration link, as well as Manali's Instagram handle, will be down below. So definitely check that out and register. And once again, congratulations on your 2 year
thank you.
anniversary. It was lovely talking to you, and I really hope to get a chance to speak to you again like this.
Same here. Thank you so much, Rikiana.
Thank you
I
so
love the questions, and I had fun answering them. And to
much.
whoever is watching us, thank you for being with us.
Bye. We're signing out
Bye.
here.
Yeah.